Yo, good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, the tri state areas of New Jersey and Connecticut, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man and homie, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, rhymes with now or later. Your host with the most misunderstood and lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, creator, YouTuber, alongside with Queens, New York native from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And yes, you're now rocking with me by listening, tuning in, streaming, and watching the 435th episode of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast. Um, Live and direct from Streamyard alongside the comfort of my room where I get to do my podcast recordings and of course various topics in music and other segments. And and if you missed out on any episodes whatsoever, please feel free to hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555, where all the uploaded videos is already posted to the channel page. Now, in case you didn't hear the part about the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens, that's because my my browser was freezing up a bit, so we should be good to go. All right, so now that I got that out the way, let me just remind y'all to leave a like and a comment along with the topics. Tell me how you feel about the topics in each episode whatsoever, and don't forget to leave a a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show grow, and content creators and hosts like myself have the ability to create new topics to talk about, and of course new content and new episodes. All right. And also, you can download your favorite episodes and stream them as well too. So you can also listen to the podcast episodes while you are in your cars, while you are on your way to your classes, while you are on your way to work, and coming from those destinations back home. So just to let you know, you can download the episodes as well. And of course, if you like the topics that I discuss in each of the segments, you're more than welcome to leave a charitable donation, no matter what amount it is. Um, it really it really it really helps it really helps me, and as well as you folks out there are supporting the channel on YouTube. All right. So there you go. Yeah, we got some transit topics to talk about. I also have to remind y'all about the Big Apple Circus that is going down starting tomorrow through January the 4th. And I got some Christmas activities to talk about, since Christmas is not only Christmas Eve but also Christmas days on a Thursday. So that's why I'm doing this right now. I'm trying to knock out as like 3 to 4 episodes so I can actually, take care of my other podcast shows that I'm doing, which is my sports, and my other one is my entertainment review show, Meticulous Values Podcast. My sports platform is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks Podcast. All right. And and of course, in case you're wondering, after I record 4 of those episodes, um, this this comedy podcast will be returning in January 2026. So don't worry, there'll be more new topics to come. So I got you. I'm not going anywhere. All right. All right. So what do you say we go to the New York Mass Transit Files, shall we? Let's have a little transit talk about what's going on in New York in the neck of the woods of the five boroughs. Okay, hang on one second here. Okay. All right, here's what's happening here. And this is an IBX topic that I've been hearing about for the past couple of months. So let's get into the details. According to the folks from AMNY, we are now entering Brooklyn on the IBX in our ongoing stop by stop series. The next stop is Wilson Avenue in Bushwick. The Interborough Express, the MTA's planned light rail for a direct link from Queens to Brooklyn, is poised to stop at Wilson Avenue, where officials have mapped it out to connect to the existing L train. Bushwick is home to artsy shops like hemp stores, markets like organic grocers, and meetup joints like cafes and bars on so many blocks. Storefront glass post advertisements for everything from painting workshops to exercise classes to political rhetoric. Ugh. Located just over the Queens border, where street signs change from green to brown, indicating a borough change. Bushwick is home to both native New Yorkers and transplants. Reg, Reg, an NYC native, says he enjoys visiting the neighborhood. I've been all around the city, he said. This place is great. Leon, who works at a Hemp Lab NYC, a shop on Wilson Avenue that sells CBD products, shirts, books, and other merchandise. When he learned about the IBX coming to Bushwick, he considered it welcome news for the neighborhood. Hemp Lab opened about 6 years ago. Leon commented on the influx of people moving into the neighborhood. End quote. I see a lot of people moving in. Gen Z is moving in, he said. I don't know what you call it, but some say it's gentrification. The IBX aims to connect Queens and Brooklyn residents who live in transportation deserts, areas of the city that have limited public transit options. The 14-mile train line will start in Queens at Roosevelt Avenue between 72nd and 74th Streets, depending on the MTA's decision on how to connect to the primary 74th Street Roosevelt Avenue hub in Jackson Heights, Queens. The IBX will run along the CSX freight line south to Glendale, where it will switch over to another freight line, the Long Island Railroad's Bay Ridge branch, en route to Brooklyn. Although the massive undertaking is years away, it is in the initial design phase, which kicked off work on the $5.5 billion project. Woof. $5.5 billion. That's wow. That's an insane amount of money. Yeah. All right. So a complete change. Hang on one second. a complete change of mobility and access for so many people, MTA Chair and CEO General Lieber said at a recent board meeting. This is a huge deal. The IBX is going to change people's lives, and folks are understandably psyched about it. Bushwick, where industry meets art. Bushwick's undeniable cultural vibrancy and its artistic and community offerings can be easily overlooked due to the prevalence of industrial buildings and factories scattered throughout the neighborhood. Let's see. Hang on. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Yeah, along the local streets leading to Wilson Avenue L train station, the urban landscape is dominated by recycling plants, auto repair shops, and fences adorned with elaborate graffiti. But poking through this industrial backdrop, the quaint subway station emerges, resembling a charming outpost from a small town. The Wilson Avenue station, with its limited turnstiles and old fashioned looking token booth, has a surprisingly residential appearance that makes it feel like an escape from the bustling metropolis that surrounds it. Train goers who want to explore the neighborhood without hurting their feet can stop at a nearby city bike corral to rent a set of wheels. But despite despite Bushwick's delightfully avant-garde appeal, it is not without its problems, especially when it comes to crime. The neighborhood's gentrification sprouted from a troubled past. According to NYPD statistics, crime in Bushwick's 83rd precinct has dropped nearly 70% since 1993, a noteworthy improvement over 3 decades. Additionally, in some good news for the IBX plan, transit crime in the neighborhood has continued to slip. According to the police department, it is down nearly 50% compared to the same time last year, and over 33% compared to 2023. Overall, Bushwick offers a fun blend of experiences, from its thriving art scene and quirky businesses to its abundance of bars and restaurants. Supporters of the IBX hope the train will enhance the neighborhood's appeal, making the community even more accessible for visitors. So yeah, that sounds like good news, even though there's mixed feelings about other people not wanting it in their neighborhood. So we'll see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. We know about the whole fare hike thing. So let's just go over it. All right. So NYC commuters can expect a sliver of relief at the turnstile as the MTA revised its ongoing fare hike proposal to lower the price of its 7-day subway and bus fare cap. The new proposal cuts the unlimited Omni fare cap. Listen to this. The new proposal cuts the unlimited Omni fare cap price by $1. The now $34 cap will increase to 35 instead of the $2 increase to 36 that the MTA proposed in July. Under the cap, customers pay for 12 rides in a 7-day period. All rides after that are free. At the proposed base fare, no rider would pay more than 35 in a week. Reduced fare customers would pay no more than $17.50 a week. Okay, so the MTA also announced changes to the plan to increase commuter rail fares. All one-way mobile and paper commuter rail tickets for the Long Island Railroad and Metro North will expire at 4 a.m. the following day. This revision replaces the original proposal from July, which included a 4-hour validity window on the tickets. According to the MTA, the changes sprouted from a 6-week public comment period over the summer, during which more advocates and elected officials submitted comments expressing their fare hike concerns. Meanwhile, the fare for a single subway or bus ride is still expected to increase from $2.90 to $3 in January 2026. An express ride will likely increase from $7 to $7.25 for you express bus riders. Um, the fare increases were first slated to go into effect in March, but the MTA said it delayed them to January to align with the launch of Omni, the tap and ride system, on subways and buses. MetroCards will no longer be available for sale starting December 31st, 2025. This is a quick reminder. If you haven't gotten your Omni cards, what are you waiting for? You go to your nearest subway station, or you can go to your primary retail stores that actually sells them, whether it's a pharmacy, whether it's Walgreens, whether it's your local pharmacy, depending on where you go to. And commuters will still be able to use the Metro card for a period in 2026. However, the fee for a new Omni card will increase to $2 once Metro card is no longer accepted for fair payment later in 2026. According to the MTA, Omni cards are more durable and last for up to 5 years. The MTA board must still vote to approve the changes, which is expected. Yeah, that happened already, though, man. Also, another reminder, I want to actually remind the folks that's actually using nice bus routes. From what a YouTuber and from what I read, um, the people from Nice Bus is supposed to be implementing the Omni scanning readers on their bus fleets, which means each of the buses will have the Omni reader scanners, and hopefully, hopefully after hopefully on New Year's Day or after New Year's, it should be activated on each buses. So for those of you who are using nice bus routes to get to your destinations and stuff, they're going to be installing the Omni scanning readers. They have to test. They have to test the beta data first, and then they'll implement it. All right. So just to let you know, don't forget to get your Omni cards. All right. So let's see. Let's see. And another IBX story we got to talk about here. AM New York's ride on the planned IBX is still deep in Brooklyn, with the next stop letting us off in a community that thrives with diverse culture, academics, shopping, and more to enjoy in Flatbush and Midwood. The proposed stop for the excuse me, the proposed stop for the IBX, which is the Interborough Express in Flatbush, would link to the 2 and 5 trains at Flatbush Avenue and North Strand Avenues, a major transit center flanked by Brooklyn College, a retail corridor that attracts shoppers from around the borough, and housing that ranges from multi-story apartment buildings to eye-catching Victorian houses that sit on tree-lined streets. Um, the MTA is still deciding on the exact location for many of the 19 planned stops for the IBX, but Flatbush Avenue and Nostrand Avenues is the likely spot for Flatbush. The total estimate cost for the IBX project is $5.5 billion, with about half of the total funding for the project secured in the MTA's 2025 to 2029 capital plan. Oof, $5.5 billion. Wow. That's not surprising to me, actually. Um, yeah. Yeah. Let me see. While the IBX is still in its early phases, the MTA celebrated two milestones for the project this year, including its entry into the design phase on July 30th, followed by the start of environmental reviews that took place on October 15th. End quote. The IBX project will finally give Brooklyn and Queens the fast, reliable transit connection they deserve, and we're ready to complete it faster, better, and cheaper, said Jamie Torres Springer, MTA's construction and development president. We look forward to putting shovels in the ground on this transformational project and sharing our ideas with customers. The gems of Flatbush. The IBX promises a commute through Brooklyn and Queens that will take around 33 minutes. The MTA maintains if the agency builds a stop at Flatbush and Nostrand Avenues, passengers will have a smooth ride to work, home, and school, as well as shopping and dining options. Among the notable points of interest in Flatbush, which includes Brooklyn College. With a sprawling 35-acre campus set in both Flatbush and Midwood, Brooklyn College is located just blocks from the 2 and 5 trains. In U.S. News and World Reports 2026, hang on. Yes, 2026 edition of Best Colleges. This campus of the City University of New York is ranked number 38 in regional universities north. AM New York encountered a man walking by the school on a recent weekend. He had not heard about the IBX, but said the idea of a train connecting Brooklyn and Queens would really help his commute. End quote. I travel like almost every day from the subway as a student. This will really help, he said. Retail shopping, Flatbush and Nostrand Avenues are packed with with both big box and small shops that make it worth a subway or IBX ride. According to the Flatbush Junction bid, around 350 people, 350,000 people to be exact, people live within a 1.5-mile radius of the intersection that spend around $3 billion a year on goods and services. The popular commercial corridor is home to stores and restaurants, including Target, Applebee's, Foot Locker, and Aldi. Hmm. Um, located where three major thoroughfares converge, Flatbush and North Drain Avenues and Avenue H. The shopping sits at a transfer point for 2 and 5 trains, 7 bus lines, and as the MTA would have it, the IBX. That's the Interborough Express, for those of you who may not know. Victorian homes of Midwood. Midwood, a beautiful neighborhood dotted with large single family historic homes, is near the planned Flatbush stop. MTA responds to New Yorkers' concerns. Many outer borough residents are looking forward to the arrival of the IBX, which the MTA has said will revolutionize transit across Brooklyn and Queens. However, many New Yorkers have also expressed significant concerns about the massive multi-billion-dollar project. Queens residents have shed light during community meetings on the potential disruptions of construction noise and vibration, the possibility of the MTA implementing eminent domain in some areas along the route, and the risk of losing neighborhood character. Christina Wilkerson, secretary of the Juniper, not Jupiter, Juniper Park Civic Association in Queens, discussed the impact of construction on neighborhoods along the route during the December meeting of communities of Maspeth and Elmhurst together. She said even if the MTA eliminated some planned stops for the train, the impact would still be widespread. When you say let's compromise and tell them to skip Grand Avenue, you are still dealing with all of this construction, which, if it does move forward, is going to be devastating, she said. I don't see how there isn't widespread con- condemn- condemnation of property and nonstop construction for how many years. Meanwhile, General Lieber, MTA chair and CEO, said at an unrelated press conference on December 1st that the project is well underway. We understand there will always be people who have different views, and we're going to hear them out, he said. But the project is well underway and the governor is leading the way. All right, so let's see. Let me see. Okay, let me see here. All right, there's another. Okay, let me see something here. Let me see something here though. Let me see. To borrow. Yeah. Let me see something here. Hmm. Okay, let's get into I want to get into what's going on with Starbucks because I've been hearing so much about them having some issues with not just them striking, but for them to actually um figure out some some stuff actually that's going on behind the scenes. Anyway, um anyway, All right, I want to talk about the whole thing with Starbucks and stuff. So I think this is very important to actually discuss because you know, um, first of all, companies that's going on strike, as far as the effect of the workers, is very very serious. This is not entertaining at all. Just to let you know, this is not entertainment. This is not an entertaining topic. Actually, this is just people's lives that's being screwed up by all the inflation talk and whatnot. So I want to get into this right here and chatting on the jazz. Let's go. All right, on to Starbucks, shall we? And this is according to Forbes magazine. If you All right, here's what's happening here. Starbucks Red Cup rebellion strikes enter its fifth week without resolution as more unionized U.S. stores have joined the effort and support spreads internationally with demonstrations in 17 cities and 14 countries. And can we just can you not do that? All right, so here are the key facts here. In the latest Starbucks Working Workers United action, baristas in 36 new stores across 34 cities have joined the Red Cup rebellion strike over alleged unfair labor practices. On Wednesday, baristas and local community leaders staged a rally at the Chicago Reserve Roastery, the company's largest store, which closed that day and voted against joining the union in August 2023 to kick off a continuous 2-day downtown throwdown protest at Starbucks locations across Chicago. Also on Wednesday, baristas and union supporters internationally held demonstrations at cafes and corporate offices to show solidarity with U.S. union workers, including in Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, England, France, Indonesia, and the Netherlands. Since the strike since the strike began on November 13th to coincide with Starbucks' popular Red Cup Day, when it gives away free collectible cups, over 3,800 baristas in 180 stores and 130 cities are now participating. Um, okay. Um, All right, so the key background in Wednesday's actions are symbolic. Coming 4 years to the day that baristas at the first Starbucks store in Buffalo, New York, voted to unionize. Since then, some 9,500 baristas in 550 stores have joined Starbucks Workers United, representing fewer than 1% of Starbucks's 10,000 plus U.S. company owned locations and less than 4% of its baristas. Yet, over those 4 years, union members have worked without a contract despite limited strike actions that took place in on September 27th. No, September 22nd, excuse me. November 2023, and the 5-day strike before Christmas that closed some 170 stores on Christmas Eve 2024. This year's Red Cup Rebellion is the longest strike in company history, with its rallying cry, "No contract, no coffee." Damn, damn, son. Like I said before, as I was trying to tell somebody, that the whole thing with Starbucks being on strike, it's just not an entertaining matter. This is a serious matter in people's lives, as far as like, better contracts and better wages and stuff. So that's pretty much what that is, actually. So that's pretty much what it is. Okay. So let's see. So the no contract, no coffee talk. Let's get into it. After months of mediated contract negotiations and the parties reaching tentative agreements on 30 contract articles, negotiations came to a standstill in November without a comprehensive contract framework, leading to the strike. The company says we're ready to return to the bargaining table whenever the union is. But as of yet, the union is holding out for the company to present a contract that meets demands for better staffing, higher pay, and the resolution of hundreds of unfair labor practice charges. Tangent with allegations of unfair labor practices, a major point of contention in the ongoing strike. Starbucks agreed to pay $35.5 million plus $3.4 million in civil penalties for violating New York City's Fair Work Week law. This settlement, the largest in New York City's history, was a significant step toward resolving outstanding ULP allegations, but it failed to bring the two parties back to the negotiating table. Wow. Improvements made. The company claims it already offers the best job in retail, with baristas working 20 plus hours per week, averaging $30 per hour in pay and benefits. Yet the union is demanding a 65% immediate pay increase and a 77% increase over 3 years, with additional payments for working within 3 hours of opening or closing, working weekends, receiving inventory, and working on a day when Starbucks runs a promotion. All the while, the company has invested more than $500 million to improve store staffing, and its scheduling app now gives baristas more flexibility and control over their work shifts. The company claims nearly 85% of baristas, or 166,000 US workers, are getting their preferred hours, a 1.5 times improvement year over year. Year over year, huh? Let's see what happens. Loud voices and minimal impact. Despite more than 100 members of Congress, as well as numerous local officials supporting the union's actions, Starbucks claims that the strike has had minimal impact on company operations, that customers continue to be served in over 99% of its stores, with nearly two-thirds of the coffee houses on the union strike list never closing or being reopened quickly. In addition, local operators believe the majority of people on picket lines are not Starbucks workers, but are likely paid union members or representatives from other interested parties. Workers United has posted local notices about protests and promised to pay those willing to ride a bus to the location and participate. Loyalty rewarded, with the company reporting its highest sales day in history was on Red Cup Day, the first day of the strike, and this year's collectible Barista Cup in an immediate sellout and coming back for another run from December 8th through January 4th, which is my birthday. Starbucks is apparently holding on to the support of its loyal customers, With an estimated 38 million active Starbucks rewards members, the company generated 40% of its sales from card redemptions in fiscal 2025, ended September 28th, $15.2 billion of its total $37.2 billion in revenues. So yeah, if there's any new updates about the whole Starbucks strike, I'll circle back to see what's going on with the updates. Um, so we'll see what happens. All right, so I think the impact of the strike is diminishing over time, said RepTrack Stephen Hahn, the chief reputation and strategy officer at the corporate reputation management consultancy. You get that first foray of consumer activism, then life kicks in and things get back to normal. That doesn't mean that the strike isn't going to have some impact related to company reputation, but it's the holiday season. People are busy. In that context, there's noise and distraction that may be a reputation inhibitor. But I think the impact was a lot stronger when they first kicked in, and probably the real impact is now waning over time. So there you go, right there. Okay, let's see what other topics that I want to talk about here. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, let's get into Spotify here. And this is music news right here. So let's see. So Spotify has revealed that it's cracking down on AI bad actors in a bid to improve its service for users. And this is according to Complex. As AI generated music becomes increasingly prevalent, a growing number of artists, producers, and listeners have expressed concern about deceptive content and the lack of transparency in AI music. On Thursday of on Thursday, which took place on September 25th, Spotify has announced its multi-pronged plan to address those concerns while acknowledging AI's ever expanding role in the current music landscape. At its best, AI is unlocking incredible new ways for artists to create music and for listeners to discover it. A rep for Spotify wrote in a post on the streaming platforms for the record blog. At its worst, AI can be used by bad actors and content farms to confuse and deceive listeners, push stop into the ecosystem, and interfere with authentic artists working to build their careers. That kind of harmful AI content degrades the user experience for listeners and often attempts to divert royalties to bad actors. Spotify noted it had already taken steps to bolster its predictions against the worst parts of Gen AI and has removed more than 75 million spammy tracks over the past 12 months. It is also rolling out a spam filter that will identify users who engage in deceitful AI practices like mass uploads, duplicates, SEO hacks, artificially short track abuse, and other forms of slop. Um, Spotify's second measure aims to strengthen its rules against unauthorized voice clones and curb the exploitation of human artists and producers. The company said it has joined forces with leading artist distributors to prevent deepfakes at the source. It will also take steps to stop fraudulent music from being uploaded to an artist's official profile page. Unauthorized use of AI to clone an artist's voice exploits their identity, undermines their artistry, and threatens the fundamental integrity of their work, the blog read. Some artists may choose to license their voices to AI projects, and that's their choice to make. Our job is to do what we can to ensure that the choice stays in their hands. The third policy focuses on transparency. Spotify said it is working with the Digital Data Exchange to develop new industry standards for AI disclosures and content credits. And the company insisted the move was not intended to punish artists who use AI tools. It was simply a way to bolster trust across the platform. This standard gives artists and rights holders a way to clearly indicate where and how AI played a role in the creation of a track, whether that's AI generated vocals, instrumentation, or post production. The Spotify post continued. By supporting an industry standard and helping to drive its wide adoption, we can ensure listeners see the same information no matter which service they are listening to. And ultimately, that deserves trust across the entire music ecosystem. By the way, man, speaking of credit, I want to give credit to Governor Kathy Hochul, man, for putting out a bill in regards to the whole AI mess. Because earlier this morning, as I was watching Good Day New York, um, Fran Drescher, who's also part of SAG AFTRA, who's also in the new movie Marty Supreme that's coming out on Christmas Day with Timothy Chalamet, basically said that to the bill for the whole AI mess and stuff has been put out, and basically um, it should actually, you know, it should actually prevent anybody from using other people's likeness and other people's voices and stuff, because you know you can't get you can't really get you can't get random you can't get random AI robots to actually do movies and TV shows and music performances and concerts and stuff. That can't happen, because that shit is dangerous, man. You feel what I'm saying? And to me, I know it's been going on for quite some time actually, so that's not gonna really cut it. Um so yeah. So thankfully the bill, let me take a look at what the bill is called for the AI mess. Let's see. Um let me see. Um okay. Let me see something here. Kathy Hoko AI bill. Okay. 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 I just want to see what the bill is called actually. Let me see. Let me see what this bill is. So so this bill so this is called the Responsible AI Safety and Education Act, or RAISE Act. All right. So yeah, so that's basically trying to provide protection to actors, actresses, music, and everything else in between. So that's pretty much what that is. I'll probably do a little more of a breakdown on what that is in a separate episode. All right, so let's get to. I want to get to. Hold on. I want to hold on a second here. I do want to talk about. I do want to talk about this feature that Streamyard has put a while back, actually. So yes, so this episode is cool idea to do live streams of Brightcove. So for those of you who may not know what Brightcove is, let's break that down on what that is actually. All right, so Brightcove can help your business reach its full potential through videos. This includes video hosting and streaming of the highest quality, host, steam, manage, and deliver captivating and branded video experiences with unmatched performance and reliability. Organize and manage your videos easily, bring order, visibility, and control to your video operations, whether you manage 10 videos of or 10,000. Transform data into business growth, get deep insights into audience behavior and content performance, and make smarter data driven decisions that drive growth. All right. So the world's most trusted streaming technology to stand out and keep your audience coming back. You need a flawless viewing experience every time. With multiple technology and engineering Emmy awards for video innovation, our proven technology helps you deliver consistently immersive content that drives results. Innovation that never stops. At Bright Cove, innovation drives everything we do. We're always building what's next, whether it's flexible monetization models. Let's see. So AVOD, SVOD, TVOD, and hybrid, fast channel creation, or advanced QoE analytics. Our tool empower you to engage audiences, optimize performance, and scale intelligently. So, yeah. And which, let me see. So, 207 million average views per week, 124 million average streaming sessions served per day, 5.9 billion average player requests managed per month, 2 Emmys, technology and engineering Emmy awards. Okay, so security you can count on. Your content is protected end to end and accessible only to the audiences you authorize. Our enterprise grade DRM geo restrictions and secure SSO integration safeguard and some of the world's top media brands plus with 24/7 global support. Help is always available. Let's see. So yeah, there you go. So there's some new features actually in Brightcove. So let's get a look at this actually. So back in July 2025, Brightcove unveiled an ambitious roadmap with a dual focus on innovation and quality of experience. Since then, the team has rolled out a wave of 12 new tools and features to expand reach, bolster engagement, enhance stream quality, and optimize workflows. Early reception has been positive. with nearly 150 customers trialing the new AI features and several leveraging Brightcove's new live experience to bring their audiences high quality content. All right. Below, we dive into 7 standout new features built to deliver exceptional value for Brightcove customers. Increasing reach and engagement. Let's start with the tools and features designed to help our Brightcove customers extend their global reach and deepen audience engagement. From AI powered transition and dubbing to mobile first video experiences and next generation live streaming. These updates make it easier than ever to connect with viewers everywhere and keep them watching. I'm not really an AI person, so don't ask me to use that shit. AI Suite Universal Translator. With Universal Translator, our customers can localize videos into over 50 languages directly within the platform. Customers have complete control over the output with the ability to check and refine AI generated transcripts before translation and dubbing begin. Um, the result is a natural and perfectly cinched localized audio track that retains the authenticity of the original language in tone, style, and pacing. In short, the universal translator delivers the quality of traditional translation and dubbing services, but much faster and without the same financial investment. Further refinements based on customer feedback since launch, we've continued improving the tool and adding more features based on customer input, including adding an option to use fully synthetic voices for dubbing alongside those modeled on the original speaker. Of course, Universal's translator in action, media, and sports use Universal Translator to publish breaking news or game highlights in multiple languages within minutes, reaching fans and viewers across the globe. Of course, enterprise localized executive communications or training videos for regional teams, ensuring consistency worldwide. Vertical videos now with the vertical video gallery template. Customers can easily set up a TikTok or Reel style video feed right on their website. It's a quick, flexible, and scalable way for businesses to enhance mobile engagement and attract younger viewers. Vertical videos in action, media share short clips in a swipeable feed to increase mobile engagement and session duration. Entertainment highlight key moments, interviews, or user generated content in a mobile friendly format. Sports building engagement highlight hubs that encourage people to come back and watch more. All right. Next gen live quality monetization and protection. Next gen live brings new advancements to live streaming, combining an exceptional viewer experience with intelligent tools for content protection and monetization. Just weeks after release, Brightcove's Next Gen Live has already supported high profile events with more than 200,000 concurrent viewers. 4K stream quality. Broadcasters can live stream sports. No, broadcasters can stream live sports concerts and premieres with 4K ultra high definition clarity. The superior quality will likewise give enterprise customers an extremely professional look when streaming live events, brand showcases, and promotional content for high profile launches. Low latency streaming live content streamed via Brightcove now has a maximum delay of 8 seconds. This minimal lag time is especially important for for bringing live sports, polls, and interactive shows to life. Companies can use the same technology for real-time engagement during corporate streams, such as live Q&As during events. Live plus server-side ad insertion, digital rights management. 3 once separate capabilities have been united into one seamless streaming solution, bringing smarter monetization and stronger content protection to every live event. With integrated ad insertion and enterprise grade security, Brightcove customers can now deliver high quality live experiences that perform, protect, and pay off. Optimizing workflows in today's video landscape, efficiency is as important as quality. Brightcove's latest workflow enhancements harness the latest AI to improve the automatic creation of captions and metadata, two of the most time consuming yet essential steps in video production. AI Suite auto captions with over 250 Brightcove customers already relying on it. Brightcove's native auto captions tool has been updated to deliver higher quality captions across the board. In addition to an improved baseline quality and more natural phrasings, the latest improvements include a new custom dictionary to give customers full control over how proper names, brand terms, acronyms, and sensitive language are handled within Brightcove. With auto captions, teams can eliminate transcription errors, save time, and ensure consistency and quality across their videos. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is actually. So yeah, of course, auto captions in action. Media publishers can quickly add subtitles to content with consistent brand terminology, facilitating accessibility and ensuring compliance without slowing down the publishing process. Enterprise teams can use custom dictionaries to ensure internal vocabularies and product names are transcribed accurately across all training and communications videos. AI Suite metadata optimizer. Brightcove's new metadata optimizer automatically generates video metadata using text tracks and audio and visual analysis. Multi-language support enables metadata generation and translation into more than 40 languages and customizable style rules and tag architecture ensure the results reflect organizational standards. By automating metadata generation, teams can save hours in otherwise time-consuming manual work and improve overall SEO and in platform search performance. Further refinements based on customer feedback when first released. Metadata optimizer only analyzed text inputs. Responding to customer requests, the team quickly expanded inputs to include visuals as well, giving the AI tool more contextual awareness for better results. Metadata optimizer in action. Enterprise customers can optimize metadata across training and internal comms videos to make them easier to find and reuse. Plus, any customers with large media libraries can apply consistent metadata in bulk, saving hours of manual tagging and ensuring brand alignment. And of course, there's going to be some more coming soon. Within in the coming months, Brightcove customers can expect several additional new features and improvements to drive reach, engagement, and overall customer experience. Here are some of the most exciting upcoming items. So you got the AI content multiplier. Turn a single piece of content into various clips for maximum reach across various channels. Recommendations engine, a native recommendation engine to drive viewer engagement with smarter real-time content suggestions. New interactivity experience, a modernized interactivity experience to engage audiences deeply with sleek interactive video experiences. New gallery experience, a reimagined gallery with modern brand aligned video first web experiences. New UX/UI, a reimagined Brightcove experience to bring customers a modern, consistent platform built for clarity and usability. So there you go, right there. That is your breakdown of Brightcove and the features. All right, so next topic we got to talk about. Let's see. Should we? Oh, wait a minute here. I do want to remind people in regards to the delay. I want to remind people in regards to the delay of Mortal Kombat 2 that got delayed to. It changed the date from May 19th, 2026 to May 5th. Let me just hold on a second here. Okay, Mortal Kombat delayed again. Okay. It was May 15th. Okay. Now, I do want to do this actually. Hang on. Okay, let's get to. All right. Very important that I actually mention this before I go into Zootopia and how I did in the box office. Let me see. Okay. All right, now we can get to Movie Man Cave Popcorn segment. Episodes ago, I actually mentioned about Mortal Kombat 2 that got delayed to May 15th of 2026. But guess what? It got delayed again. And I want to get into a little breakdown according to Deadline. All right, so New Line's anticipated Mortal Kombat 2, which originally was set to open this weekend, is now going a week earlier on May 8th, 2026, which is next year, after its previously announced release date of May 15th. Mortal Kombat 2 moves onto the same Mother's Day weekend frame as Amazon MGM Studios' Sheep Detectives. Both movies bowed in the wake of 20th Century Studios' The Devil Wears Prada 2. Remaining on May 15th is Roll K's Mart Apatow comedy Poetic License and Amazon MGM Studios suspense drama is God Is. I'm not sure what that shit is about, but don't ask me. And yeah, and so let's see. So previously, Warner Brothers and New Line's Mortal Kombat 2 will now fight towards the start of next summer previously it was May 15th, but it got switched. Now, Why is a highly anticipated sequel moving to next year after notching record views for a Red Banner trailer of 107 million global views? Precisely that the Simon McCoy directed sequel is bound to deliver tons more in mid-May than staying in the crowded late October frame where 20th Century Studios, Jeremy Allen White, Bruce Springsteen movie, Springsteen Deliver Me from Nowhere. Um, by the way, man, it'll be so interesting that Jeremy Allen White, who played Bruce Springsteen, gets nominated for an award. It'll be so interesting to see because he did a good job in the Springsteen biopic. Yeah, and yeah, and the next Colleen Hoover feature take Paramount's "Regretting You" exists. Also, Halloween, yeah, Halloween already passed already, man. Anyway, mid-May wound up to being hold on, a bonanza time frame for Warner Brothers' new line this past summer, with Final Destination Bloodlines opening to a franchise record of $51.6 million. To date, the three Mortal Kombat movies from New Line have minted $257.8 million around the globe. We also understand research screenings have been strong for the sequel, which stars Carl Urban as Johnny Cage alongside Adeline Rudolph, Jessica McName, Josh Lawson, um, Ludi Lin, Makad Brooks, Tati Gabrielle, Louis Tan, Damon Harriman, um, with Chin Han, Tadanobu Asano as Lord Raiden, Joe Taslim as Baihan, and Hiroyuki Sanada as Hanzo Hasashi and Scorpion. Mortal Kombat 2 will go against Amazon MGM Studios is God is. And an untitled neon theatrical release, Warner's always had the date RSVP'd in ComScore. Screenplay is by Jeremy Slater, based on the video game created by Ed Boon and John Tobias. Producers are Todd Garner, James Wan, Toby Emmerich, E. Bennett Walsh, and McCoy, excuse me. EPs are, which is executive producers, are Michael Clear, Judson Scott, Jeremy Slater, and Lawrence Kasanoff. Blurred in part two, the fan favorite champions, now joined by Johnny Cage himself, are pitted against one another in the ultimate no holds barred gory battle to defeat the dark rule of Shio Khan that threatens the very existence of the Earth realm and its defenders. So there you go, a little bit of a recap of Mortal Kombat 2 being delayed and switched from the original date. The original date was October, but then delayed from May 19th to May 8th. So May 8th, 2026 is the date that Mortal Kombat 2, the rated R movie that's coming out. That's the exact date. May 8th. All right. May 8th, mark your calendars in 2026. In other movie news, let's talk about let me see. Let's talk about the recent movie made made over $1 billion. And what I'm talking about here is Zootopia. All right, so Rabbits and Foxes and Snakes. Oh my, Zootopia 2 is officially the highest grossing Hollywood release of the year, which, by the way, made more money than Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was not going to catch up to Zootopia 2. It made over $1 billion. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Yeah, $1.13 billion globally after 20 days of release, overtaking the haul of Disney's live action Lilo and Stitch remake with $1.03 billion. A non-motion picture a non-motion picture association film. China's animated blockbuster Ninja 2 remains 2025's biggest release with $1.9 billion. Another Disney juggernaut, James Cameron's epic Avatar and Avatar Fire and Ash could contend for the 2025 crown, considering its predecessors were $2 billion grossing sensations. However, the threequel, which is out right now, actually, will likely earn the majority of its money in the following calendar year. On Friday, Zootopia 2 surpassed the $1 billion mark after 17 days in theaters, the quickest PG film to achieve the milestone. The sequel stands as the seventh biggest animated film in history, outpacing the original 2016's Zootopia, which made over $1.25 billion. $1.25 billion globally, and last year's Moana 2, $1.6 billion. Over the weekend, Zootopia added a staggering $131.1 million from 52 territories in its third outing, boosting its overseas tally to $877 million. It'll become its third outing, boosting its overseas tally to, yeah, I already read that. It'll soon become only the second animated movie in history to cross $1 billion at the international box office. Following Inside Out 2, the follow-up film has been particularly massive in China with $502 million and counting, ranking behind only 2019's Avengers Endgame, which made $632 million as the largest MPA release in the country. Those ticket sales are notable because Chinese audience haven't been receptive to Hollywood's fare in years. Another Disney film, the James L. Brooks directed Ellen McKay cemented the wrong kind of records for the studio over the weekend as the political dramedy flopped with $300,000 from 5 territories. That's not a wide international footprint, of course, but the PG-13 movie was also rejected in North America with $2.1 million to rank as the lowest start in modern times for Disney. Globally, Ella McKay has grossed a paltry $2.4 million against a $35 million budget. Oh, shit. Oh, man. With weak reviews and poor audience scores, the film is unlikely to rebound in the coming weeks. Luckily, Avatar Fire and Ash is expected to end the studio's year on a high note. I will touch on that in one of the following episodes. As we go to Christmas break. Let's see if there's anything else. Yes, 10 best movies of 2025 from Marty Supreme to Sinners. Let's get into that right there. All right. So, and this is from Complex. So, you wouldn't necessarily know it from box office performance the past few months, but 2025 has been a great year for movies, with Wicked for Good just released and Avatar Fire and Ash on its way. It's already out right now, actually, and it's probably doing pretty good at number one in the box office right now. It looks like 2025 is going to end on a good note too. From original stories from some of the best filmmakers of our time to exciting debuts and some welcome superhero movie successes, 2025 showed that there are still plenty of reasons to get up off your couch and head to the theater. And good news, if you missed these on the big screen or you want to watch them again, you can catch them streaming at home. Of course, here's our list of the 10 best movies of 2025 featuring the big screen blockbusters alongside indie breakouts. Lurker, number 10, Lurker, directed by Alex Russell and writer. Making social media and text messages cinematic is difficult. Lurker, um, the first feature from Complex alum Alex Russell, elegantly weaves screens and digital culture into a story of virality, fame, and the music industry. Following a directionless, very online young man, the excellent Theodore Pellerin, who ingratiates ingratiates himself into a rising stars in a circle. It's as funny as it is uncomfortable. Though familiar in premise, Russell captures the secret rights of a rapper's entourage with rare authenticity, making this one of the year's most memorable debuts. Number 9, Thunderbolts, directed by Jake Schreier, writers Eric Pearson and Joanna Kahlo. After the slump in the MCU, um, Thunderbolts is a return to form. Like DC Suicide Squad, it follows a ragtag group of anti heroes on a dangerous mission. They are not gods or heroes, just relatable characters, which makes them compelling. Led by Florence Pugh, the film succeeds through its mix of action, humor, and relatability. It's one of the year's most entertaining blockbusters. Number 8, F1 the movie by director Joseph Kosinski, also the writer, and E. Aaron Aaron Kruger. Anticipation was high for F1 the movie, and it delivered. Director Joseph Kosinski, who did Top Gun Maverick, and star Brad Pitt playing a washed-up racer, elevate a familiar redemption story set in the world of the buzziest international sport. The racing segments are thrilling, using dynamic camera work and editing to put you behind the wheel. It's a roaring, good popcorn movie and a big success for Apple TV. Number 7, Superman, directed and directed and wrote by James Gunn. DC's Superman reboot was even more impressive than Thunderbolts. James Gunn, who did the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise and the Suicide Squad, skips the origin story and jumps straight into the action. David Corenswet stars as Superman opposite Nicholas Holt's unhinged Lex Luthor, who uses the media to turn the public against the hero. Superman questions his place in a skeptical world, and Crypto, his dog, adds Gunn's usual levity. It's a breath of fresh air for the franchise and one of the year's most fun action movies. If DC continues this direction, expect future entries on year-end best of list. Supergirl, anyone? um, Number 6, One of Them Days, is actually getting a sequel as well. R-rated comedies have struggled in recent years, but One of Them Days kicked off 2025 strong. Keke Palmer and SZA star as best friends racing against the clock to make rent and avoid eviction, with comic DNA from Cult Clap. Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. I hate that word, cult. Anyway, classics like Friday, with comic DNA from throwback classics like Friday, the film takes the buddy movie in a fun new direction. Its wacky sense of heart elevates the simple setup, making it one of the year's funniest and one you'll still be laughing at 10 years from now. Oh boy. Number 5, Marty Supreme, directed by Josh Safdie and written by Ronald Brostein and Josh Safdie. Orange Blimps, the track jacket that Zoom called Marty Supreme carried impossible expectations, yet Josh Safdie's ping pong dramedy delivered. Think uncut gems with lower stakes. Timothy Chalamet's portrayal of the scummy yet lovable table tennis superstar is impeccable, with witty dialogue that lands. The supporting cast shines. Gwyneth Paltrow as Kay Stone, Tyler the Creator as Wally, and Kevin O'Leary as Milton Rockwell, all turning in stellar performances. By the way, Fran Drescher is in that movie as well. While Mauser's duel with Koto Endo captivate like a game 7, Marty Supreme transcends the table. It's about Mauser's pursuit of acceptance, fame, and victory. Chalamet articulates that chase perfectly. He'll be vying for his first Best Actor Oscar soon. Number 4, K-pop Demon Hunters, directed by Maggie Kang, Chris Appelhans, written by Dania Jimenez, Hannah McCann, Maggie Kane, and Chris Appelhans. This animated phenomenon became one of Netflix's biggest movies ever, resulting in a theatrical release for awards contention and sing-along editions. A group of musical superstars moonlight as demon hunters and face their biggest threat, a demon boy band. K-pop Demon Hunters might seem gimmicky on paper, but in execution, it's not. Like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or TMNT Mutant Mayhem, it pairs stylish animation with clever writing to create a truly fun experience. Oh, and as you might have heard, the songs are pretty good too. Number 3, Weapons, the R-rated movie directed by Zach Cregger and written by Zach Cregger. Zach Cregger's follow-up to his horror hit Barbarian. Weapons tells the interconnected stories of a school teacher, a father, drug dealer, a police officer, and the soul boy remaining after all of his classmates mysteriously, ominously disappear. It's an eerie premise and one that offers plenty of tension and excitement as you start to piece together the mystery with each change in focus to a new character, featuring some great jump scares as well as some truly unsettling slow burns. Weapons is among the pantheon of horror movies like the Blair Witch Project, Paranormal Activity, and Heredity that became an immediate classic. The way everyone who possesses runs, arms outstretched, truly terrifying. Number 2, One Battle After Another, directed and written by Paul Thomas Anderson. Paul Thomas Anderson's impressively loose adaptation of Thomas Pynchon's Vinland. One battle after another boldly blends action, comedy, and drama, capturing the absurdity of our political moment without feeling too on the nose. Leonardo DiCaprio stars as a washed-up revolutionary who has to rescue his daughter from a right-wing military nut played by Sean Penn, navigating tense car chases and hilariously off-putting meetings of a white supremacist secret society called the Christmas Adventurers Club. What the hell? Are you serious? Anderson expertly juggles the narrative threads. Chase Infinity delivers a breakout performance, holding her own against DiCaprio and Penn, while Leo offers his best physical comedy since The Wolf of Wall Street. It's one of the year's most exciting, timely, and best films. And of course, last but not least, number one, Sinners, directed and written by Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler, who did Black Panther and Creed, delivers his first entirely original standout with Sinners. Set in the 1930s Mississippi Delta, the story stars Michael B. Jordan playing twin brothers Smoke and Stack, whose juke joint venture becomes the site of bloody conflict between partygoers and some musically inclined undead monsters. Though it's a vampire story at its core, Sinners explores questions of cultural purity and appropriation through exciting genre blending and fantastic musical performances, bursting with visual style, action, and excellent performances from Delroy Lindo and Haley Steinfeld. It gets better on repeat viewings. It's one of the most inventive movies in years. An easy choice for best film of the year. All right. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything else I need to talk about. Oh, I do want to remind. Hold on a second. If I could. Hang on 1 second here. Jeez, if I could find. Let me see. Lord. Okay. Okay. Okay, some Christmas stuff. I'm actually going to look something up right now. Things to do on Christmas Eve. Okay, what is it? On Christmas Eve. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. This week. Yeah, this week. Let's put this week. Hmm. Hold up a second. Hold on 1 second. Oh man. Okay. Okay, let's just put this week. All right. I'm gonna go to. I want to go to. Let me see. All right, so I want to go to the rundown segment. The rundown segment is this. The rundown segment is remains to be seen. Remains to be seen, man. And before I even do the Christmas stuff, I want to actually get into the Big Apple Circus. So let's get into it. Let's do this.
Remains to be seen, kid. Get it? Remains to be seen.
Let me remind y'all about the Big Apple Circus, which is starting tomorrow. All right. I want to get it. I want to discuss this and the dates. So let's get into it right here in this segment right here. So let's hop on to where you could get your tickets. Okay, so let me see. All right, what is this? Hold on a second here. Just a sec. Yes, so it does start tomorrow through January the 4th. So let me just Big Apple Circus. Let's go to bigapplecircus.com. Okay, so for those of you who may not know what the Big Apple Circus is about, it's about the magic of the Big Apple Circus is back, bolder, brighter, and more breathtaking than ever. From the sky high thrills of the flying Maluendas to the incredible balancing of the Kung Fu Boys, the Big Apple Circus delivers a world of wonder of under one spectacular tent. With unforgettable feats of strength and skill, this all new show brings the magic of the circus to life. Perfect for families, thrill seekers, and dreamers of all ages. Of course, get ready to laugh, gasp, and cheer. This one show you don't want to miss. Come on, come one, come all. All right, so it's already started. Wow. So it started. So the date started from November 7th through January 4th. So this is going to take place at the Lincoln Center, which is located at 155 West 62nd Street. And of course, parking, LAZ parking at 1 Lincoln Plaza. Parking entrances is 139 West 62nd Street, open 24/7. 85 Amsterdam Avenue, open 5 a.m. to 12 a.m. 150 West 65th Street, temporary close. Parking entrance is 165 West 65th Street, 152 West 66th Street, open 24/7. All right, so there you go right there. There you go right there. So I don't need to go over the history, but so to buy tickets, let me see if they have it. I know they have it on their website, but do they have it on? No, they don't have it on. They don't have it at I don't think Ticketmaster has it, but only through their website. Let's see. So yeah. So you can also follow the Big Apple Circus on their YouTube channel page. If you'd like to know more information about the Big Apple Circus, you can go to bigapplecircus.com. That way you can get an idea who the performers are going to be. All right. So there you go right there. Now on to some Christmas activities. Since Christmas is around the corner, I want to actually make sure I get to some Christmas activities actually. So, yes, so starting with Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. Yes, it's not too late. It's not too late to see the Christmas tree by Rockefeller Center. So it's it's basically lit up now through mid-January. All right. So the fabulous holiday icon of NYC, which is New York City. The Rockefeller Christmas tree is a must-see for both locals and visitors during the holiday season, whether you are visiting before ice skating on the rink at Rockefeller Center or just passing through. More than 50,000 multicolored LED lights wrap around the branches. It's topped with a three-dimensional Swarovski, Swarovski, Swarovski star that weighs 900 pounds and sparkles in 3 million crystals. The tree is lit up daily through mid-January. On Christmas Eve, the tree is lit up 20 for 24 hours, and on New Year's Eve, it is lit from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. And for those of you who celebrate Kwanzaa, this one's for you. You can celebrate Kwanzaa at the Brooklyn Children's Museum, and it's from Thursday, December 26th through December 30th. All that stuff that's going on there, so you can check that out as well. Let's see. Oh boy. Let me see some Christmas stuff. Let's get to the Christmas stuff. So, tree huggers at Dumbo House. If you ever wish your Christmas tree would hug you back, Dumbo House has you covered this winter. Oh shit. Set on the Brooklyn waterfront and known for its baked-in skyline views, the Members Club has unveiled Tree Huggers, a playful, immersive holiday installation by Brooklyn-based artist Derek Adams. Part sculpture, garden, part festive fever dream, the work has turned the Dumbo House Terrace into a walkable maze of stylized Christmas trees, each one outfitted with long cartoonish arms that reach out as if mid embrace. It's whimsical, slightly surreal, and very much the kind of holiday cheer that feels distinctly New York. Tree Huggers anchors Soho Winterland, the club's seasonal takeover running through January 1st of 2026. All right, so let's see what else. What other Christmas activities I should talk about here? Let's see. Yes, the gingerbread city and the seaport. Yes, if you are equal parts sugar fiend and architecture junkie, we may have just found your dream holiday destination. The gingerbread city is bringing its winter magic and and sweetness back to the seaport for a free display from now. It started from December 5th to the 28th at 19 Fulton Street. It's created by over 100 New York-based architects, engineers, and designers. So you know these gingerbread creations are going to be immaculate. Expect to see city parks, brownstones, and skyscrapers created out of cookies, icing, and candy. Yum. Plus, there's a chance to learn how to make your own gingerbread creations. Now we are going to go to, let's see, anything Christmas related. Ooh, wait a minute here. Okay. What is this? Okay, pedestrian as Sergeant Daughters, whatever that is. Anyway, New Yorkers rush past bodegas, takeout joints, and dry cleaners at
dry cleaners 100 times a week without really seeing them. But at Pedestrian, the new exhibition by Brooklyn artist um, Karis Ammon at Sergeant's Daughters in Tribeca. Those everyday facades, get the kind of attention usually reserved for landmarks. She often photographs a storefront for months, sometimes years, waiting for the right moment. A thrift store near her apartment became a long-time muse. Other works lean into what Amon calls disruption, like Bodega Melt. The Bushwick shop with the flickering LED watermelon sign, disruption in the window, or a or on a surface speaks to story, she said. To her, those breaks in the form of a shadow, a reflection, or a smear of light mirror the moments that interrupt our own routines and the ones that make us pay attention. Pedestrian runs right now through January 24th at Sergeant's Daughters in Tribeca. It started from December 12th. It started on December 12th, so it runs through January 24th. So there you go. I already talked about the Central Park holiday lights already. Let's see. What the hell is this? All right, Urban Space, the annual holiday bazaar just outside of Central Park features handmade items from local artisans and snacks from vendors. This year, peep goods from Centuries Clayworks, which sells original frame pieces featuring handmade, tiny, brightly colored clay bots in artful arrangements. Freshly made crepes from Brooklyn-based company Cuddle Crepes, wooden puzzles made by puzzles lovers for puzzle lovers from Mosaic Puzzles, and Intisana, a woman-owned silver and stainless steel jewelry made in Queens. Urban Space Columbus Circle Holiday Market is open now. It's open now. Actually, it started from December 2nd and it ends on New Year's Eve of December 31st. Hours are Mondays through Fridays, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. The market is closed on Christmas Day and closes at 4 p.m. on New Year's Eve. Paleyland. The Paley Center for Media annual seasonal spectacular is back for another holiday season. Paleyland will run through Saturday, January 4th, which is my birthday, at the Midtown Museum with jolly joy for revelers young and old, along with free hot cocoa, which is short for chocolate, and holiday treats. Attendees can enjoy 5 floors of merriment, including photo opportunities with Santa, a magical train display with hot chocolate stations, a stunning menorah display, which serves as a perfect background for Hanukkah photos. And happy Hanukkah to everybody who celebrates Hanukkah. Giveaways, arts and crafts, screenings of holiday classics and family favorite programs, meet and greets with classic holiday characters like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Hermie the Elf, and the Abominable Snowman, plus Chase and Sky from Paw Patrol. Other attractions include the Paley GX Studio featuring popular video games and VR titles available. Tickets are now on sale for $12.50. You can view the full schedule and purchase tickets here. When you go to timeout.com, you're gonna see a red line under the word here. All right. And you're gonna see a button that says buy ticket. Make sure you check that out. Let's see. let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Holiday Under the Stars. Take a break from Christmas shopping and check out the state of the art holiday light display at the shops at Columbus Circle. This year, the seasonal spectacle has been pumped up with 300,000 shimmering lights and 44 floating stars illuminating the entire complex in holiday cheer. Holiday Under the Stars runs from it started from November 10th and it ends on January the 3rd, 2026. You'll be so moved you won't even care that you maxed out your MasterCard getting Aunt Judy that back massager she's been wanting. Color Color changing stars will perform choreographed light shows every 30 minutes from 5 p.m. to midnight, casting a kaleidoscope of colors across the shopping center. Also, look for illuminated stars at the 58th Street and 60th Street entrances and sparkling photo moments throughout the complex. It's a free visit. It's free to visit, and there are plenty of shops and restaurants to stop by along the way. Yes. And I previously talked about the double-decker Christmas carousel in Greeley Square that Crystal Young was talking about on Good Day New York weeks ago. A brand new double-decker carousel is set to spin holiday cheer throughout the season in Greeley Square at 33rd Street and Broadway. It started from November 21st, offering rides through January 6th, 2026. The two-story swirl of lights, music, and storybook creatures will spin from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily, offering plenty of opportunity to catch a ride before, during, or after your holiday shopping. Tickets cost $7 per person. Speaking of shopping, the carousel will be in the perfect location. It will sit just steps from Macy's Herald Square, where the holidays are already in full swing. Yes. In other Christmas news, right here, the Holiday Express toys and trains from the Journey collection. That's JERNI, not the other way around. Train aficionados of all ages are certain to be transfixed by the scenic components of the show, featuring model trains, toy stations, and miniatures from the Journey collection at the New York Historical. This poly illustrates the design evolution from the early 20th century to the era of World War II. Lighting and accompanying music make for an immersive experience on the first floor of the Upper West Side Museum. This year, families can explore the objects on view with a special scavenger hunt and train-themed storylines on select dates. The exhibits on view started from November 21st and it ends until February 22nd, 2026 of next year. All right, make sure you buy your tickets. When you go on timeout.com, you're going to see the word buy ticket for any event that's going on. You click on there and it's going to tell you the price. Brooklyn Zoo holiday lights. The Bronx Zoo's sparkling seasonal outdoor celebration featuring animated lights and LED displays of animals from around the world is back. Expect the zoo to dazzle with millions of lights and hundreds wildlife lanterns spread across 6 lantern trails. Beloved favorites return, including the Holiday Train and Enchanted Sea. Plus, look for new additions such as snow tube slides, and illuminated ice theme throne, and virtual snowball throwing. Holiday Lights is now running at Bronx Zoo on select dates through January 4th, 2026, which is my birthday. Pricing starts at $26.95 for kids under 13 and $41.95 for adults. Okay, check that out. And Light Skate at Brooklyn Botanic Garden. Light Skate, Brooklyn Botanic Gardens, gorgeous after dark illuminated spectacular promises a glittering winter wonderland where you'll feel like you are strolling through an enchanted forest. More than 1 million lights combined to form a illuminated trail of art by local and international artists. Wow. Wow, this shit is really special when it comes to Christmas season, man. Y'all want to check this out though. Don't miss the iconic Winter Cathedral where you'll definitely want to snap a selfie. Plus, expect firefly fields, glowing blue bonnets, flocks of luminous birds, and a reimagined sea of light. As always, a curated playlist of music brings the light art to life, and there will be food concessions along the trail that offering seasonal treats like hot cocoa, hot cider, and mulled wine, as well as light bites, cookies, and sweets. Lightskate is on view now through January 4th, 2026, which is my birthday. This year's show offers off-peak and peak pricing ranging from $29 through $29 to $44 for adults and $15 to $28 for kids. All right, so make sure you check that out. Let me put up the website so you can get a better idea. All right. Let me see. All right. For those of you who are not from New York, whether you are from Chicago, whether you are from Paris, whether you are from Miami or any other international spaces or any other states, and of course the tri-state areas of New Jersey, Connecticut, and of course the 5 boroughs of New York City and Long Island, aka Strong Island, Strong Islanders. This one's for you. You can check out the fun activities to do, whether it's for the week or weekends or this month or any other month whatsoever, at this website right here, www.timeout.com. That's www.timeout.com. All right. So that way you get an idea where you can get your tickets and stuff. And if you see the word buy tickets, click on there so you can get more information on each Christmas event that I just mentioned. All right. So there you go right there. Now I want to talk about the Game Awards that's happening in New York. Let me see. I want to talk about the Game Awards that's happening in New York. So let me just pull it up right here. Let me just pull it up right here. Hold on a second. Let me just pull it up right here. Hold on. All righty then. Okay, Game Awards. Hang on a second. Where is it? Wait, I don't have it. I'm gonna look it up right now actually. So let me just okay, Game Awards. Let's see. Hang on. Let me look this up. Game Awards. NYC 2026. Okay. All right. Now that I got that settled, let's go to the video game entertainment newsroom. There's the game awards that's happening in New York City, so I want to talk about it right here, right now. So let's get into it right here. Hold on. Attention gamers who play video games all the time on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or any other streaming platforms whatsoever, or any game systems like your PS5s, your Xboxes, your Nintendo Switches 2, all that great stuff. In case you're wondering, if you're looking for some fun activities to do, this one's for you. According to Variety, the New York Game Awards will shift into a 2-day event for the first time in 2026, marking the 15th anniversary of the New York Video Games Critics Circle's award show, held at the SVA Theater in Manhattan from January the 17th through the 18th. The 2026 New York Game Awards will consist of Double G Fest. Double G Fest, which is the industry panel and a Supergiant Games Unplugged concert on day one, and the actual awards ceremony hosted by NYVGCC's Harold Goldberg and former Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Aimé on day two. Additional details on the Double G Fest panel lineup: the 2026 New York Game Awards legend winner, and more will be announced by NYVGCC at a later date. Of course, tickets for the Double G Fest and New York Game Awards went on sale Tuesday, priced at $80 each, or combined in a bundle for $140. $140. Wow. Wow. Hold on. Wow. Come on. Sorry about that. Let me put this low. All right. So I can't believe it's been 15 years, and most of those years have been about giving back to underserved students and sometimes unhoused communities as well. NYVGCC co-founder and President Goldberg told Variety, The last 2 or 3 New York Game Awards, the last 2 or 3 New York Game Award shows were sold out. And then last year online, we had over 500,000 viewers for the show. And then also billions of impressions. So we thought, let's add another day that's kind of more like a fan festival because our community really likes what we do. NYVGCC Executive Director Ryan O'Callaghan explains the Double G Fest name is a nod to online gamer shorthand, where typing double G stands for good game and supporting um, camaraderie in gamer culture. You just type a quick double G just to be polite, and that was one thing that really stood out to me about becoming part of this community. O'Callaghan said, I started out as a teacher and fell into this by working with Harold at my school, and just the enormous amount of positivity that I saw within our community was really great to see because we would hear stories in the classrooms of students playing games online who were being harassed, and all these negative things are happening. But when you see people face to face, and when you actually are being positive with them, it really fosters a strong community. So we wanted to represent that in just the naming convention of the festival itself. Double G Fest will join the annual New York Game Awards show in supporting NYVGCC's nonprofit writing program, Playing with Purpose, which brings comprehensive classes and workshops in journalism and game narrative writing to schools and shelters across New York City. All proceeds from the New York Game Awards and Double G Fest go directly towards continuing our classes at NYC schools, Goldberg said. And they help to continue our internship program, which is quite successful. Our interns have gotten jobs at great companies. Most recently, our awesome Kamari Rennis became a producer at Lucasfilm Games. She's helping to make Star Wars games. So there you go, right there, man. There you go, right there. All you need to do is go ahead and get your tickets to the Double G Fest and the New York Game Awards. All right. So let me see. Let me see something here. So this is wait, this is where you get your tickets? Wait, this is where you get your tickets? Yeah, I guess so. So you want to go to eventbrite.com, all right? In order for you to get your tickets, go to eventbrite.com. And the location, as I said before, is SVA Theater, 333 West 23rd Street, New York, New York, 10011. All right. So there you go, right there. There you go, right there. And some other gaming news to talk about here. I want to actually get to it before I forget. Before I forget though, hold on a second. Let me see. Let me see. All right. GTA 6. Like I said, yeah. Yeah. Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 6 stands alone as a quintuple game, according to Devolver Digital co-founder Nigel Lowry. He said in an interview that nothing can touch the GTA series when it comes to the scope and scale of the popular open world crime series. I mean, there are triple A games, and then there are quintuple games. And I'd argue that Grand Theft Auto is potentially a um a quintuple game. That's what the 5A stands for, actually, in case anybody didn't know. Quadruple is 4, so there you go. Yeah, it's just bigger than anything else, both in the scope and scale of the game and the kind of cultural impact that it has and the attention it demands. All right, so before this, Ubisoft referred to Skull and Bones as a quadruple game, a comment that led to many memes and jokes. Oh shit. Laurie commented on GTA 6 against the backdrop of Devolver considering whether or not it would delay some of its games to get out of the way of GTA 6 when it was planned for a 2025 release. He said GTA 6 was blinding when it came to the calendar. It remains to be seen if Devolver will delay the game due to GTA 6. Yeah, as I said before, man, in the previous episode, yeah, it got delayed. It got delayed to November 19th. In case anybody didn't know about that, it got delayed to November 19th because they want to take that time to not only develop the game but develop the story, develop the characters, and all the creative process. So this is like a creative process thing. All right. Let's see. Let's see if there's any other let's see if there's any other let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Yes, let's talk Metroid Prime 4. Let's talk about that. So there's a review that happened actually. So there it is right there. So oh man. Let's see. All right. Let me see. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Metro Prime 4 Beyond tries to be so many different things. There were moments where I thought it might be the strongest Prime since the very first, and others where it felt like the weakest. An outdated open world hub connects breathtaking areas that brilliantly revisit the first classic first person exploration and lock on shooting series is known for. Talkative companions drop a few too many hints and one-liners, but they are redeemed by some memorable story moments and mostly charming personalities that even a crotchety Metroid fan like me warmed up to in the end. And thankfully Retro Studios still mostly understands it's important to give Samus her alone time with a reliving amount of exploration in total isolation, while some of what it attempts just doesn't work. Far more of it does, resulting in an uneven but overall impressive revival that reaches incredible heights in its best moments. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I don't know why this is acting up right there, but let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up real soon, so I just want to see what people got to say on the reviews and stuff. Let's see. Well, yeah, let's see. So Yeah, some people were saying that Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is an excellent, if relatively uneven, revival that reaches heights worthy of the Metroid name in its best moments. Wow. So let me see. Let me see if there's any comments. This is from IGN. I'm not gonna read too much of it actually. So basically, overall, let me see what the overall verdict is. So the verdict indicates it doesn't take psychic powers to see the ideal vision Metroid Prime 4 Beyond was aiming for. It tries to mix the excellent Prime formula with a character focused story and a large hub world to explore. It doesn't quite reach that ambitious goal. With an outdated open desert area that mostly feels like padding and a cast of characters that provide both a handful of memorable moments and too much chatter at times. But none of its let's see, hang on. None of its issues come close to ruining Prime 4, which is still an excellent comeback thanks to incredible peaks that are almost entirely self-contained from its stumbles. It mostly knows when to leave Samus alone, and a significant chunk of this 15-hour adventure is spent in delightfully atmospheric solitude. It nails the essential elements of a Prime game that remains special decades later. Tense, tense exploration through haunting locations, highlighted by amazing world building, breathtaking art direction, new twists on classic abilities, and flawless technical performance, even though a few underdeveloped elements keep it from feeling as cohesive as its predecessors. Prime 4 reaches heights worthy of the Metroid name. All right, I'm about to wrap up right here. I really need to wrap up right here, man, because I don't want to stretch this to 11 o'clock. So let me just I don't want to stretch this to 11 o'clock. So let me just hold on. All right, let's get to this last segment right here. Stream choices on the go. Let's do it. All right, make sure you follow Off the Beat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast on Facebook, Blue Sky Social, Threads, and Instagram, alongside with my other podcast shows that I do, which is my sports edition show platform, excellent, fun, vibrant talks podcast, and alongside with the the entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. And you can also follow your host with the most, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, in Threads and Instagram. Everything is in the episode description, so you don't have to worry about searching. So there you go, right there. And also, go to the link in bio where it says Linktree/G Money Stacks 555. It's actually the same link as my primary Instagram page, so they're both the same links. So don't worry about any confusion. So when you go to the Linktree/G Money Stacks 555, you're gonna see a whole list of audio streaming platform podcast feed links. All right, so starting with Odyssey, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and a review. of your feedback on your thoughts on the topics in today's episode or any previous episode that you missed. Castbox FM, these are Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overall FM Podcast, Pandora, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podo Polo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podcatcher, Podcast Republic, Snipped. Add the podcast to your Spotify playlist. Make sure you press the notification bell on Spotify so you'll know when new episodes will be dropping. You can also listen on Spotify for creators alongside with TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Good Pods, and iHeartRadio, the #1 app where you can listen to your favorite music artists alongside with your favorite AM and FM radio stations, such as rappers, R&B singers, and R&B, pop singers, pop stars, rock and roll, and other music genres are included. And you can also listen to the podcast episodes for free. You don't need a credit card or debit card to download iHeartRadio. All you need to do is actually download iHeartRadio. If you don't have it, you can download it onto your iPhones, Android phones, iPads, Android tablets. Laptops are included, which includes Apple Mac laptops, and of course Dell laptop models are included, regardless if it's Windows 10 or Windows 11, regardless. All right. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel page G Money Stacks 555 for more video, podcast episode, live stream recordings, and of course, leave a like and a comment on the topics in today's episode or any previous episodes whatsoever. Tell me how you feel about the topics, whether it's transit, whether it's trending topics, and chatting all the jazz, gaming, movies, video games, you just name it. All right. Your feedback is important. And of course, you can share the Linktree link with all the audio streaming platforms, from Linktree/G Money Stacks 555 with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, people you're cool with from work. Word of mouth is important. And of course, most importantly is to enable alerts by clicking that notification bell, so you'll be notified on when I'll be on the air via live stream, and of course when new videos are going to be uploaded to the YouTube channel pages whatsoever. And of course, you can check out new episodes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on every streaming platform, including YouTube. All right. And speaking of YouTube, make sure you also subscribe to my other YouTube channel pages. My sports YouTube channel page is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks Podcast, my sports YouTube channel page. I just recorded episode 110 in regards to the Japanese left-handed pitcher that's signed to the Chicago White Sox, and along with various sport topics. All right. And make sure you subscribe to my entertainment YouTube channel page of Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast as well. I'm trying to actually gather and record some of the episodes of that podcast whatsoever, get them out the way, and all that great stuff right there. So yeah, there you go. And that's gonna do it for me, man. I'm your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. rhymes with now or later. And I'd like to say thank you to every single one of you for taking the time to listen and taking the time to stream, listen, download, share, and watch the episodes. All right. You could have listened to any other podcast in the whole world, but you chose to listen to this one. All right. Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. It's not going to be given to you on a fucking silver platter. And of course, find your niche in whatever career field you're trying to do, whether it's independently, whatever you want to do, independent. If you're trying to be an independent podcaster like myself, it's never too late to start a podcast, no matter what age you are. And there's no wrong time. There's no wrong time or perfect time to start in a podcast, all right? Okay, listen. So be yourself behind the microphone while you are recording your topics in your episode recordings. All right. Of course, be on your P's and Q's creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, that get you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. And also remember that podcasting is a grind and a marathon, not a sprint. Okay. And of course, whatever topics I don't get to talk about, I would talk about it in the following episode. I did have another list of other Christmas related places for you to check out. I will actually circle back in the next episode or the following episodes that I try to get out the way before I go on Christmas break and New Year's. So you know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying? Look, this has been a great episode right here, man. I appreciate every single one of y'all for actually taking the time to listen. And even though you have a busy life with work and whatever extracurricular stuff that you're trying to do, don't worry if you missed out on any episodes. Just take your time, take care of yourselves, and I hope y'all have a chance to actually do your Christmas shopping. Make sure you bundle up, be layered up with some clothes, your hoodies, your scarves, your winter hats, your gloves or mittens, whatever you wear, whatsoever, as long as you're keeping yourself warm. And of course, treat yourself to some hot chocolate with marshmallows, whatever you prefer. All right. All right, man. I'm gonna sign off right now. I am going to see y'all next time on the flip side. And of course, stay tuned for new topics in the next episode. Peace and one love. Good night, everybody. And enjoy your Christmas too.